Hello and welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to another Chelsea news video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Viktor Gyökeres and Viktor Osimhen, both available this summer for £60 million, revealed to us by Fabrizio Romano. From Fabrizio Romano, Gyökeres can leave Sporting for a fee of around 65 to 70 million euros, packaged with add-ons in the summer. My future, no one can predict that will happen. We enjoy the moment. Agreement with Sporting to lower 100 million release clause. Can't say anything about it, he told Sport TV Portugal. Now this is very good news, because I don't think any club was going to come in and pay that 100 million release clause, especially now with PSR rules. Clubs have to spend their money wisely in this day and age. So Fabrizio Romano already revealed to us Osimhen's release clause earlier before, So it's all about who Chelsea going to go for. Now, if you look at the salary, it's estimated that Viktor Gyökeres is on £40,000 a week, where Viktor Osimhen is on £190,000 a week. But we all know that Viktor Gyökeres is going to look for a big money move. He's going to look between probably 200,000 to 300,000 pounds a week. So it doesn't matter what striker you go with. Both of them is going to be in a similar wage bracket. They're both 26 years old, so the age is not an issue. And if we look at his stats, Viktor Gyökeres played 51 games for Sporting Lisbon in all competitions, scored 53 times, assisted 13 times. And if we look at Viktor Osimhen, who played 40 games for Galatasaray in all competitions, scored 36 goals, assisted 8 times. So this is strikers that's going to give you goals. Doesn't matter who you go with, they're going to give you goals. But the way I think separates Viktor Osimhen from Viktor Gyökeres is his aerial ability. We all know Viktor Osimhen is a tall striker. He's good in the air. He's aerially dominant. This is where we have to look at, because at the moment in our team currently, we don't have players that are aerially dominant, especially when we're defending set pieces, whether it's a corner or a free kick, or attacking set pieces, whether it's from a corner or a free kick. This is where someone like Viktor Osimhen can shine in our team. And we also have to look at what type of players we have in our team. We have a Pedro Neto that can cross. If Jadon Sancho stays, he likes to cross as well. So we need a striker that can attack those balls. Where Viktor Gyökeres, all his goals came from the feet. Where Osimhen had 6 goals scored from the head. So this is where we might look at, okay, what will be better for us? Both will give us goals no matter what. We create a lot of chances. But also, we have to have that X factor as well. Someone that's a little bit dominant in the air, that can win duels for us, whether it's an attack or a defense. So I think Viktor Osimhen is a perfect striker for us. But if we can't get Viktor Osimhen because his wage demands are too high, we should look at Gyökeres. He's on £40,000 a week. There's room for negotiations with Viktor Gyökeres because his salary is so low. But this is why I also think that in the transfer window is going to be key, especially with the outgoings, because we have a lot of players that surplus to requirements in the club that's on high wages, like Raheem Sterling, who's on £300,000 a week. Ben Chilwell, Kani Chukwuemeka, both on £100,000 a week. We have João Felix and a lot of other players, So if we get rid of those guys, there will be room to play with a wage bill. So this is where we can invest into getting a striker like a Viktor Osimhen or Viktor Gyökeres. We can afford to give them £200,000 or £250,000 a week. And this is what we have to look at, because at the end of the day, we need a striker in this team and we need a killer up front. Especially if we're going to qualify for Champions League, we want to stay in the Champions League next season. And we want to challenge for trophies as well. So this is the missing piece that we need up front. We know that our team can create a lot of chances, but we don't have no one to put those chances away. And these guys are going to give you exactly that. And £60 million for Viktor Osimhen or Viktor Gyökeres is a bargain in this day and age. So this is something we have to jump in and try to get one of these strikers, because Arsenal is going to look at them. Man United is going to look at them. So if Man United win the Europa League, they're in Champions League next season, they look more attractive. Arsenal is definitely gonna go in for Viktor Gyökeres. So this is where we have to be in front of everything. We have to be proactive. We can't allow Arsenal or Man United to get both of these strikers. We have to get one of them at least to compete for next season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Who should Chelsea go for? Viktor Osimhen or Viktor Gyökeres? You guys know my stance already. I want Viktor Osimhen in the club. But if we can't go for Viktor Osimhen, the second best option will be Viktor Gyökeres. Because like I said, these guys guarantee to give you a lot of goals. And people should stop saying that, no, he's just doing it in the Portuguese league or he's just doing it in the Turkish league. We saw what Haaland did. We said the same thing about the Bundesliga. When he came to the Premier League, he smashed it. There's certain players that are tearing up their leagues at the moment. When they come to the Premier League, they will still do the same thing. They are just that good at the end of the day. So we have to get the killer. We can't go into next season with the Sesko or the Lap. We have to have a killer in our team because we create a lot of chances at the end of the day. And we need someone that can put those chances away. We don't need another Nicholas Jackson. And to end it off, I just want to say big congratulations to the Chelsea women team for completing the domestic treble. By beating Manchester United 3-0 yesterday in the FA Cup final. That was a huge win. And big up to Sonia Bombasta. She came in, took over by Emma Hayes, who was already doing big things at Chelsea, winning trophies. And she just continued that, and completing a domestic treble in her first season. That's amazing. The only thing that we need to go for now is the Champions League. Somehow we need to get past Barcelona and win the Champions League finally. That's the only trophy now that we didn't win yet. So hopefully we can do that next season. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, people. Peace.